One may want to ask, how can startups be turned into investable ventures? Well, to do justice to the topic, we have at hand Echefu Samson Chidozie, the founder of Dato Sam's Recipe. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so
Dato
much.
Sam's Recipe. Does that have to do with culinary expertise? Is that a restaurant?
The business is registered both as a restaurant and also as a food processing. Yes. Dato means chief from the Malaysians. Then Sam, my name is Samson, and then the recipe is my expertise.
Okay. Now, the Nigerian government says the nation is open for business and is investor ready. Just how ready are Nigerian-owned businesses for global attention and investment? What does it mean for a youth-owned business to be investor ready? Currently, the Nigerian government has been going around the world, attending various fora and telling the world Nigeria is ready for business. Come and invest. Our Nigerian businesses, especially businesses run by youth like yourselves, are they ready for foreign investments?
I always use the word, I think I learned it from the military, it's a position yourself always. So the youths, I believe, are lacking in that aspect. I won't say all. It's one of the reasons why I'm motivated to push and also work in line with those who have like minds. Why? Because we need ambassadors. If you go to the social media today, most of the businesses that are there were not the kind of businesses that made people become millionaires and billionaires. Even though we have a change in time and advancements in technology, but we still have to hold on to some ancient practices. So I believe the youth need to position themselves. For example, let's use the Americans. The Americans position themselves, and that has held an economy for over 250 years. And so, but here in Nigeria, you find out that even the young ones, they are not doing anything related to what they studied. I also had the opportunity to study a bit of business admin abroad, and I found out that the people who come to study business admin as young persons were already running business or had family business that they want to come and get basic academic knowledge or administrative knowledge for them to run. So I feel there's a gap in that aspect. But if it's for the Nigerian youth being ready for business, we are ready. Like my brother just mentioned, structure. And I keep using the word I learned from Ifeanyi, leadership. A lot of young Nigerians need to work on the area of leadership. Leadership is not only when you're in a place of power, people worship you, people fall down on it. Leadership can be inside out.
It's an action.
So it's an action. So it's something that helps you look ahead. A leader looks ahead. It's only the people who are followers that just want immediate gratification and everything. So it also boils down to business and whatever career, even in academics.
Okay, so you've given us a bit of a rundown of your inspiration from school. So tell us how you applied that inspiration to start up your own business.
Okay.
Because I understand now that you said we shouldn't hold on to the past. We're very traditional in
Yes,
Nigeria. So give us a rundown of how you were able to break through those barriers to start your own
Well,
business.
it was a collective effort. Post-COVID, a lot of people lost their jobs or their source of livelihood. A lot of people found it difficult to venture into business or job. So we found ourselves volunteering. I and my colleague, Ifeanyi, we volunteered for organizations, NGOs, and that is where we broke into agribusiness. So it was a foundation for us, finding out that, these people send money from their country to train us. It comes once in a while. Yes, we've benefited from the government, but they train us and they even equipped a lot of people by cluster formation and everything. So that built a foundation. And then among us, some of us picked this interest and kept on pushing, kept on going for conferences, and that's how we found ourselves. And then we started advertising our business, even though we've not started making money as big
Advertising
business.
by word of mouth?
Yes,
or?
but no, we advertise leveraging on social media, going for exhibitions. Some of these organizations host exhibition, even government exhibition. We also faced the hindrances we mentioned earlier on. The NAFDAC people came to our stand and we were wondering, is this registered? These are hurdles, but we still faced it and we kept on pushing. And now we get consultants, offers. People come, we want to see what you're doing and then how we work with it.
You brought up leadership.
Yes.
So I'd like to also delve deeper into the role of leadership today for startups and for businesses to be sustainable.
For me, I think my number one advice to the young person in Nigeria is study. If you cannot study by the normal paper book, go online. Don't look for the quick fix, but just study. One of my friends said that knowledge is expensive to get. So you don't think maybe you just sit in your house, balance, and watch.
Ignorance is even more expensive.
Yes. So you suffer more. And then we young persons, we should start looking at our other counterparts in other countries. I use an example with the places I've visited. If you go to, let's say, Thailand, you find a 30-year-old person driving a very nice car, like they are doing good. They already have 2 businesses. They are paying for an apartment or 2. They're already ahead of us. So we need to start thinking and looking outside the box. Okay, how do I break out from this? It's possible because most of the people who are ruling us were once civil servants or one government official or the other. They were not at the top, but they broke out and left their peers. So if you must position yourself, you must know that knowledge is the difference between you and the other person ahead. Even in the place of worship, the difference between a preacher and the person listening is knowledge. So I feel we young persons should strive for knowledge. If you don't read, how would you know? If you don't study the history of your country, where you find out, that's why I'm happy with this government. They've brought back history into the country, because if you don't study your history, you won't know where you're going to, you won't know where your foundation is laid and where it's taking us to. For example, I like the fact that I just got married to a northerner, and traveling to the north exposed me to that. I said, these people have vast land, they have rivers. I thought, okay, every part of the land is supposed to be dry, but I found out that they have most of the things that knowledge had not exposed me to. We didn't read any book. I only read one northern book, Malam Ilya, talking about the marriage system in the northern. So knowledge is very, very important for you, whether you want to venture into business, whether you want to go into the academia, whether you want to go far, you must obtain knowledge. And then another thing I would advise the young person is that you can start from somewhere. The first day I did an exhibition, I spent only 15,000 naira. And that was before people coming to check my product. It was as if the product is
publicity.
Publicity, because it was an opportunity for you to show that you can do this thing. And then your conviction power, you should be able to convince people. And then you cannot overemphasize that of leadership. If you don't have leadership mentality, you cannot be more than a mediocre. You will still remain among the crowd.
Okay.
You understand? Even if you're trekking, sometimes we trek to the place of leadership. I told people that most of the places I've gone and spoken great things, I didn't go there with money, go there sweating. But because of the leadership mentality I'm building, I won't say I have it yet, I can upscale and do better, I think.
Let's talk about sources where this knowledge can be attained. ChatGPT AI definitely is a source, but it can also be misleading.
Yes.
There are people who are not using it properly.
Yes, definitely.
Now, for those who have the genuine interest to learn, aside AI and the internet, what other sources do you think can be used to get this knowledge?
Okay, I hope I can use my adage. The Igbo man will say, somebody who asks question doesn't get missing. You always find a way. So you must keep asking. There are ways. I mentioned books. Some people say, I don't like reading books, it's boring, there's olden days. But the people who are running this world are still reading. So if they are practicing this thing for the past 2,000 years, 1,000 years, they are still reading hard books, and you're saying you don't want to read because technology came. Knowledge is something that you must hold on to if you want to be a leader.